Look, to say I'm not happy would be an understatement. My usual coffee shop was closed. And I don't know why. I was going to make a coffee at home, but I was running out of time, so I thought I'd get one on the way. Turned off the coffee machine, got in the car, and they're closed. So I got no coffee, no tea, no milk. Yeah. So that's pretty spooky. How you going, legends? We're all here. G'day, Scotty. G'day, Mark. G'day, Dustin. G'day, Dad. G'day, Rustrud's 57. Victor. Ken. Scotty. Glenn. What else we got? Lucky Jim. 666. I like the cut of your jib. How are we all? It's been too long. I've forgotten how to do this shit. What are you here for? A couple of pedals. Let me just get my settings right, eh? Do we set ISO to auto? Do we trust Penny Boy? Yeah, I think we can trust Penny Boy. So these came in. It's just a warm up. This one clearly has an issue. Oop. Now it's got two. Me and the DC input jack. So yesterday, sorry, my voice is really scratchy. Yesterday, I got a message from one of my mates. He said, "What are you doing tonight?" Crawling up into a ball and crying as usual. And he said, "Well, do you want to come to the Bridge Hotel at Roselle and see Dragon? Because I'm playing bass for them." I said, "What? How'd you get that gig?" He said, "Yeah, they needed a fill-in, and we had mutual contacts, so I've spent the last 2 days learning Dragon songs." I'm like, fucking hell. That's short notice, isn't it? So, yeah, we went to see Dragon. You guys might not have heard of Dragon if you're from the States because you're in your little USA bubble. But yeah, they've got so many songs, man. Songs I didn't even realize were theirs, and they're playing them. And then I thought, is that a cover? And then I looked it up later and like, no, it's their song. And I don't know, they're a bit before my time. Having said that, so's Led Zeppelin, you know, so why didn't I listen to Dragon? They were a bit, let's say, more easily accessible than some of the music that I was into. Very radio friendly rock songs. It's different from the AU bubble because the entire planet is slathered in US cultural hegemony, Scotty. And the fact that you asked that just proves how in the bubble you are. But their biggest song, I guess, was Rain. And are you old enough? This one goes out to Prince Philip. I don't think that's what the song means. But yeah, they've got a whole bunch of songs, and we went there, and I think we were the youngest ones in the room. There's a super hyperactive little dude in front of me that was dancing, and he kept turning around and facing me and Michelle. And I said to Michelle, doesn't he know the band's that way? And Michelle turns to me and says, yeah, but my tits are this way. I'm like, oh, right. Little ladies, man. Told us his life history between the songs. But he was friendly. He was still dancing there for a good 20 minutes after the band had finished. Dancing to the Get Out music. Yeah, we drove through a massive storm. And had some Korean barbecue out there. We went to the Wagyu house, which was that was an experience. It's a pretty clandestine arrangement, that place, but it has its charm, and it was pretty popular. Oh, nice watch I have on today. Thanks for noticing, Anthony Watt. How many watch nerds have we got here? So this is a recent acquisition, which is a 1971 King Seiko. I can't remember the numbers, but it's keeping time perfectly. And it's in very good condition. It's got a replacement leather strap, which apparently hasn't been worn. So the seller told me he got it just to sell it. But I really like it. I like the look of it. I like the understated design, and I like the brushing on the fascia. Excuse my manky thumb there. Dehydration from cleaning solvents, that kind of thing. Yeah, I really like the look of it. It's a smaller dial watch, which I tend to like. You know, me being a effeminate, can't you tell, kind of guy. And it's got the medallion on the back, King Seiko. So from what I gather, King Seiko was supposed to be like a mid-range, sort of between the standard Seikos and the Grand Seiko, which is like $20,000 watches, $30,000 watches, right? So they wanted a sort of middle range, because as Japan's economy was exploding, you had all these executive sort of roles and mid roles that weren't, you know, you're not CEO, but you're pretty up there. So in Japan during the boom, the watches were very much a status symbol. So what watch you had on the wrist said a lot to people around you about what your status was and what job you had, how much money you had, blah, 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 how important you were. So I guess the King Seiko range was sort of like the executive watch. But then they only lasted from like 66 to 64, I think, till 74 or something. 66 to 74. And then they remelded all the designs back into the Grand Seiko and got rid of the King Seiko range. So it was short-lived, but very high-quality movements. This one's automatic, but you can wind it as well. So, you know, if you're gonna put it away for a while and not wear it for a few days, you just give it a bit of a wind to help along the automatic movement, just so it's not gonna have the wrong time when you pick it up in a few days' time, I guess. I don't know. I've got to look more into the difference behind the different movements over the years. Where's how you going, mate? Lyle, how you going, mate? Good timing. Turned up just when I'm talking about watches. See, I'm very enamored. I don't know. I like it, and it's in very good condition. There's a few that I've seen online where the dial's obviously got some moisture ingress. It says waterproof, but it's not a diver's watch. But yeah, I like it. Goes for my eyes, grey and dead. So speaking of watches, I do have another one, which I just acquired in a horrible state. I can't show you a photo of that because I don't have one on my computer. That's a 1966, 67. It's a Sportsmatic, but it's one of the few that doesn't say Sportsmatic on the dial. It says automatic. So I think it's a bit rarer. Not saying that it's going to be a lot more expensive, but it's a bit harder to find info on. Anyway, I'll put that in for restoration because the dial's all cracked and crazed and messed up. And when it's getting a full service, and when it comes back, I'm going to get a Australian-made strap for it from this strap company, which I'll show you. I'll probably download a photo because I did share it with Lyle because we're not watch nerds. Just bear with me, champions. Oh, 10 years ago I made cabinets for my mate Dan for his house. Wow. Facebook memories. Where am I? Emu Plains. Come on, internet. You can do it. I'm really not sure what to do with myself when I haven't had a coffee. It's a weird feeling. I don't get any stimulation out of coffee. I just it feels like breakfast, I guess. That's the best way of describing it. If I haven't had breakfast, I might get a bit grumpy. So I might be a bit short-tempered with you legends. Anyway, what's new, eh? I feel like the whole internet needs to be more short-tempered with itself. I get the whole we've all got to chill out, but you also need to not tolerate bullshit. Just fucking remove people. I think we can all move past the auspices of, oh no, censorship, and just delete people that suck. Let's just do that. So yeah, I know, coffee machine in the shop. I've been thinking about it, but it's the only thing that gets me off my ass to walk up to the coffee shop and get some exercise, which is it's probably a good 750 meters away, something like that. Anyway, I've got to catch up on chat. And just as I click it, it goes away. Thank you, YouTube. And every time it goes away and it comes back, you have to go back to all messages because YouTube's a fucking... Anyway. I'm going to go right back to the start of the chat. And I clicked it down again, and now it's gone back to top messages. Fuck you, YouTube, you piece of shit. All the other streamers will be sympathizing with me there. I just got to look down at the screen because the stupid phone app's a piece of shit. I feel like it's been forever since one of these streams. Yeah, I feel like it too, Dustin. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Not only have I been inundated with difficult jobs, which I can't seem to resolve. Every time a job gets, you know, like, okay, good example. An amp comes in with a completely blown output stage. And when I say output stage, I mean the amplifier board. We're talking a solid state bass amp. Every fucking semiconductor, maybe aside from like two in the voltage amplification stage or the current source, every one of them was shorted. Massive catastrophic failure of the amplifier because it's a David Eden and they don't know how to do safety. So the amp's fucked. You can't turn it on. You can't get signal. You restore it to a point where you can turn it on, can get signal, and now there's like a weird distortion. So you got to track that down, and then you track that down after buying parts to address that. Then there's oscillation in the other module, which supposedly had nothing wrong with it. So now you're tracking that down, and then you realize, okay, the reason all the amps after this first generation came out with 30 cut traces and wires run under the board is because they realized their circuit board layout was shit, and instead of designing a new circuit board, they just modified the fuck out of the stock one to the point where it was stable. So now I have no information as to how to do that, so I've got to figure it out from scratch, what the issues are and what to cut, where, what wires to run where and why, because they won't share any information. Otherwise, the amplifier will explode again next time they turn the settings to a stupid setting. It'll oscillate and self-destruct. So there goes 3 days on one amp. And you've quoted like 1 day and parts. So, or maybe not even 1 day, because you assumed you replace the module, repair the module, restore the module, and then the amplifier would be in a functional state again, which is not true. So, you know, it's easy to say, well, fuck David Eden then, I'm not repairing any of their amps anymore, you know, because they're fucking scumbags. It's like, yeah, fair enough, but there's multiple generations of multiple models of amplifier. That particular one's a piece of shit, and David Eden knew it, and that's why they modified them all. What would be nice is if they shared the, what we call a service bulletin. So when one of either their authorized techs or someone in-house figured all this stuff out, they would have had some form of notes on it, maybe a marked up schematic, maybe a picture, a photo, series of photos of the circuit board, what they had to do to it, maybe just a bunch of bullet point text. Sorry, my eye's really itchy, I don't know what's happening there. They must have had some internal documentation if they were modifying these things to make them stable. It'd be nice if they shared that or did a recall, because now there's multiple amps floating around out there. Why is my eye itchy? Fuck's sake. With these issues, and they're just waiting. They're just pretending it's not an issue. But how do they get in touch with people if they've sold the amp on and it's hit the second-hand market? You've lost your chain of custody. You got no idea who owns the thing now, and you can't really do a recall unless you do a massive public press thing, and then you get bad press for that. So there's been a few of those jobs, maybe like 6 of those jobs, and they're all still apart on the bench here because I'm waiting for extra parts for them to be able to progress. And there goes any profit margin. So there's that. Not complaining, just telling you what's been happening. So there's that, plus there's been family stuff. Been helping my auntie move, who lives about 3-4 hours drive away. So driving out there has smashed a lot of time. There was only like one thing so far, but we're going to go back out there and sort out the rest of the stuff. Just been like just events and stuff on the weekends, which have made it so I couldn't stream. We've had family events and stuff that that clashed with the Saturday streams, but here's what it is, bro. Why witches don't wear panties? To help them hold on the broomstick. You got KMFDM voice going on. Yeah, oh, crazy clipping. Really? I haven't changed fucking anything, man. Crazy clipping. Well, now I have to fucking listen to it and find out. How the fuck do you change no settings in OSB and that just changes shit? OBS. Minus 30 dB. How's that? Is that better? Minus 27 dB. Is that better? It's showing fuck all signal now. Last time I checked, it was minus 12. And then minus 9. Is that better? Is that good? You wonder why I don't stream often. It's a pain in the ass. Testing. Hey, yeah. That'll do. put my little fan on the Sony boy. Alright, so where were we? Brad looks scary as always. His beard should be trimmed. Yeah, I know, I'm going to get that. I tried to get that yesterday, but I couldn't get there before they closed. I got there and they were already closed, so just more shit that I've got to get done and no time to do it in. Typically, Brad is probably still asleep and snoring merrily. Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, well, we had a massive series of storms that rolled through town last night. And it was it's really nice. I like sleeping to the sound of storms. Alright, so what's this bloke done? He should start by explaining the importance of outer foil on coupling capacitors. Nah, you've got millions of other people that have gone on and on and on about that. The results are marginal, if anything, depending on application. A lot of people make a lot of that. You had pizza for your birthday, Scotty. Good man. What, made it home? Got some new CDs. Yeah, boy. Old school. And hardware upgrades for several of my guitars. Man, that sounds like the perfect birthday. Get to tinker a bit. Outer foil works like a shield connected to the lowest impedance for the lowest noise and lowest crosstalk. And to make the amp more stable, prevent any possible oscillations, that kind of thing. But it comes a distant second to wire dress, lead dress, and layout. Just a pedal. We demand at least a messer. There is a messer here, but I'm not getting into that on stream. It's painful. Yeah, that's when Scotty was talking about the AU bubble, just catching up. An old messer with runaway bias and burned PCB. You know what? Rebopper. I've never had a messer with a conductive PCB, despite how burned they look. So whatever resin they make them out of, it's pretty good stuff. Tuning in from sunny Cairns. Isn't it storming up there too today? Messer just came out with a Lyle Caldwell signature model. I don't own a wristwatch. I don't really care what time it is. Yet you made it to the stream on time, Ken. I've always wanted a Seiko dive watch. I don't know, Wes. Their dials are fucking... I just don't like the big... It feels like you're wearing a wall clock on your wrist. It's like the hip-hop guys wearing the big clock around their neck. You know? Just checking in briefly. Busy boy. Seiko movement history is a deep hole. I wish you well. Yeah. There's actually a really good... watch website. It's just a hobbyist. It's a blog. Now, I can't share the link because OBS has no way to sign into Google anymore, which is interesting. Used to be easy, now just there's no way of doing it. Every time a piece of software updates, it gets worse in 2025. All right, so here's the link. Waiting for mobile stream to begin. What the fuck? I've been here for 20 minutes, mate. There's the link. Let's look at the website. So yeah, it's he takes them apart, he restores them himself. I assume it's a him. I don't know. I think I read a male's name somewhere. But yeah, all the different watch families down here on the left. The divers. A lot of Seiko. Because Seiko is very accessible and very... It's everywhere. They're like the I don't know what. They're everywhere. But all the different generations. I don't know. When I was looking before, he had photos on the preview, so I don't know what happened there, but he's got other brands as well, but yeah, mainly Seiko. Because they're just so fun. They're great. Grand Seiko, King Seiko. This one's on there, I think. 40... Which one is it? 5626? I can't remember. But yeah, he's got a lot of information about movements and stuff too. So that's a great website to check out if you're into that stuff. Edens often have bootstrap driver stage which like to oscillate. They can be tricky to shut up. Yeah. It's just weird, Terry, that good to have you here, by the way, Terry. It's just weird that one side oscillates and the other doesn't. Like the side that we repaired is now stable and the other side isn't. And when you swap the modules over, the side of the amp that you put the module on is where the oscillation is. So it's like, first we thought it was the proximity of the speaker jacks to some low-level circuitry. But then we rerouted some wires. This is Dad and I. Well, this is Dad working on it. Rerouted some wires and there was no difference. And the power supply, it's doing so much weird shit. So there's a high frequency oscillation it breaks into only when it's plugged into a load. So that implies that current is in the output stage is triggering it, as opposed to just static or voltages. But and then at certain other settings it oscillates, but at 50 hertz. If anything, say the power supply was getting dragged down or the caps were failing, you'd assume it would oscillate at 100 hertz because it's rectified. But it's not. It's oscillating at 50 hertz, which is super fucking weird. So it's got I don't know, like a 20 kilohertz oscillation in addition to a 100 hertz oscillation. And when the 100 hertz one happens, one of the rails goes unstable and shows oscillation, but the other one doesn't. But then all the 15 volt rails are rock solid. So, but then if you plug into the effects return, so bypassing the preamp board, you can drive them till the cows come home, all the way up to full output power with no issues, clean as. So, fucked if I know. I need to take it out and put on rubber gloves and literally put my hand on different tracks on the board to offer some capacitance to ground to find out where we need to add some capacitance to be able to make it stable. So fun. Lyle says my model has an on-off switch. I don't know what you're talking about. If you have tiny wrists. Well, I've only got, I don't know. It looks a bit small, but it's very light, and it's I don't know. I think it looks okay. I'm used to big watches. I've got to get used to big watches, I guess, because there's so many big watches out there, but I just don't like them. I don't know why. I used to have a 1974 Seiko dive watch with auto wind. It was a heavy watch. Yeah, that's the other thing. The big ones, they're really heavy. I'm going down the Vostok rabbit hole. No guilt if they don't make it back together. I don't know what that means. I gave on watches years ago. Gave them on, like gave them away, or gave up on them. I'm convinced I didn't like the sound when pushed after adding 470 ohm screen resistors to my Princeton Reverb. 100 ohm sounded good again. Lyle says I'm crazy. Do you add them? Yeah, I add them. I'd find if anything it adds a bit of compression, which can be nice. I'm just going to go down a bit more in the level. Oh, I was already there. I was already at -12. Dumbass. Alright, I'm back there. Hi, Mum. Hey, Brad, any idea why 2-point trem won't return to 0 when pulling up? The knife edges are perfect, but I see no damage to the post. It returns to 0 when diving. Put a little bit of heavy grease on literally on the tip of a toothpick, and then put that on the mating surface, Scotty, and you'll probably find it'll go back perfectly after that. It sounds like a repair from hell. Yeah, it is a repair from hell. I kind of just want to give him his money back and tell him, sorry, I can't redesign an entire amp to keep you happy and still charge you less than $1 million. I said hearing a difference between 100 ohm and 470 ohm was unlikely. I put like 1.5k on them, bro, so it's all well and good to say, oh, it sounds great, but if I'm repairing an amp and they push it hard and it blows up, off switch. I still don't know what you're talking about though. You got to read. I'm trying to read, but my head's a meter away from the phone, from the TV, from the camera, computer screen, LCD. You know what I mean? Holy, I need to go back to bed, man. I should not try streaming after going to a gig. Especially with no coffee. What the fuck? My signature messer. Oh, off switch, right. Yeah, I'm caught up now. So now I should be more cognizant of the chat subject matter. Vostok watches, Soviet Russian watches. Huh. Are they any good? It's got an off switch. Back to scheduled programming. Why do my hands look grey? Because it's Halloween. I went to say Oktoberfest. That was last week. Everything's out of whack, champions. Select white set. Well, it'd be nice if it wasn't right behind the fucking HDMI plug. That's a bit better. I'll look less zombie-like now. Vostok's are pretty much crap. Huge fan base as a result. One thing, that watch site I just shared, it was either that one or another one, another just more generalized one rather than getting into the nuts and bolts. He was taking the piss out of all the NATO strap Timex wearing hipsters. I didn't know that's a thing. I'm still trying to figure out what's cool and what's not, but I don't know. I think the old stuff's cool. That sounds more hipster than anything. I like automatics. What I'm gathering is pretty much no one in the second-hand market cares about quartz. It's sort of like solid state practice amps in the watch world. Where'd the DC connector go, Scotty? Probably vaporized by the customer's soldering iron. I keep telling people, don't try and fix it, please, because it's going to cost you more to fix it properly. But everyone loves having a go, so here's what it is. DC jack. All right, let's consolidate, because somehow I've ended up with like 4 bags of these connectors, and they're all like pretty well identical. It's like I keep ordering them and forgetting I've ordered them. Let's consolidate our stock. I love watches but hate wearing them. That's fair enough. I love quartz, wearing a quartz today. Okay. I'm still just getting my bearings about what's cool and what's what. I hate wearing watches too. I just use my phone now. Really, Scotty? Because I'm the opposite. I like having a watch because I hate getting my phone out to see what time it is. Why is Sony boy not focusing? Sony boy? What's your fucking deal? You forgot what I look like? What, I gotta be right in the center, do I? Serious? Sony boy. Gotta get back to my own bench. See you later. See you later, all, he says. I have a mouse in my house. Well, that's awkward. Alright, why have I got 2 bags of J421? Okay, a 425 is the 5mm. Let's put these together. My old Rado needs a service, but the service is 3 times what the watch is worth. But the second-hand sweeps for barely a tick when it's running right. I think, sometimes, how am I going to phrase this? Sometimes the value of something is not the market value of something. It's what it means to you and what you like about it or how it makes you feel. It's like Marie Kondo shit. Does it spark joy? So there's probably a lot of stuff I've repaired in my time that I've advised the customers probably not economically viable, but do you just want this thing to work? If that's the case, I can sort you out. They're the same. Like that watch that I put in. Most people throw that in the bin, but I like the idea of a unique watch that got saved from a skip bin. And is now a unique, old, beautiful watch. What's the best amp and pedal you've ever heard? I don't know. What's the best car that's ever existed? What's the best vehicle ever? You know what I mean? Like, is it for 4-wheel driving? Is it a race car? Is it for comfortable long trips? Is it for fuel economy? Is it for power? Because you can't have all of them. What color? Personally, my favorite amp is a Hot Rodded 2204 with a depth mod and maybe a Fender deluxe reverb for a clean channel. 2 amps, AB Vox. But there's other people who have realized that and implemented both of those or similar circuits in a single amp with channel switching and effects loops, which is handy. And in that case, you're talking Friedman. All right, do we have the traces here to even mount this socket? He's ripped the pads. Thank you. The soldering job on the switch is terrible. 5 metal zones into a tube screamer into an AM radio. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I can tell you the worst name ever. Brad. Holy fuck, man. Are you like 12? Metal Zone in the line 6 spider set to insane. I remember that setting. It was funny. I had a work experience job at Guitar Factory Parramatta, and we played through one of those things. Like, holy shit. You breathe on the guitar and it comes out the amp. My sense of humor definitely stopped developing at 12. It happens. Don't feel bad about it. The old solder's contaminating it a bit. Just get a bigger tip. See if that... Just need a larger tip. Don't we all? Is there any lead-free solder that gets close to leaded in quality? Yeah, but it's expensive. The stuff I use is this. It's got some silver in it. Helps it flow. Helps it wet. But a roll of that's about 130 bucks. So it ain't cheap. Warmed up yet? Sweet as. Just replaced the front seal on this desolder gun. Works like a hot damn now. These things degrade over time. You don't notice how the performance starts to decline of the handpiece until you replace some parts on it, and you're like, whoa. Been thrashing my JCM 2000 with this new FYM 2000 board in it. Nice. Good to hear. I had another person bitching to me about the price via someone else's channel that installed them, and I don't know how to get through to Americans that there's different currencies in the world. They're like, $500. Like, yeah, it's 500 Australian. It's like 250 American, you fucking stupid fuck. .com.au on the website. Fucking hell, how many times do I have to tell you? Ooh. And then they go, oh, it's actually a really good price. I'm like, this is what I've been fucking telling you. Jesus. And anyway, there's no alternative, so fuck off. Don't buy it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Don't whinge to me about it. I don't care. Get him, Brad. It's just when you hear the same shit over and over and over and over and over again, and big red letters at the top of my website. Note, all prices are in Australian dollars. And they go, oh, that's That's worth as much as a whole amp is. Like, where are you buying a fucking JCM 2000 for $500? Don't give me that shit. If so, send me the link. I'll buy five of them. Put my boards in and sell them. And you go, okay, well, how much should I charge for them? Oh, $100. Like, that doesn't even cover the components. Why would I fucking make them for free? Block. Ban. Alright, so what are we going to do with this socket? I'm thinking I might modify that hole. Panty boy, you're going the wrong way, brother. Contrast detect. Do you guys see any contrast there? But then it knows how to focus, because if I press the button, bang, focus. So why doesn't it just do it? Why do I have to press the fucking button? So just having an otherwise inspection. I don't think they've gone anywhere other than that. We've got an opto there. Opto trem. Yeah, I've heard it's a good trem, Basil. The Voodoo Lab stuff was pretty damn good. You can pick it up rather cheap these days, which is cool. Alright, there's big blobs of solder there. Oh, that's his LED. I'm gonna have a look at the LED because those traces look horrible. Going down. You get to look at my stupid head. When I'm doing close-up work on the bench, I usually put the camera down on the primary bench surface instead of up on a shelf, but I didn't know what I was going to be doing today. Who makes a good wire strip of thin wire? 22 gauge. This one's from StewMac. Goes down to 30 gauge. Good for pickup wire, guitar pickup wire. And it even does like Kynar wire, which is this gear here. So we use this for, it's designed for wire wrap. So that's an old method of construction, mainly of digital stuff. But it's very thin. What is it? Does it even say? No. Silver coated. But pretty thin. And I think I used the 30 AWG. Strips it beautifully. Single core. So yeah, they're actually pretty good from Stuart McDonald. And I've got the other one over here, which is the fatter one. You can go up to like the guitar coax, the pickup wire coax, humbucker, 4-conductor stuff. Now, if you're outside the US, I'd probably buy these. I think they're higher quality, but still, StewMac ones are still good. So these are from RS Components. Same deal. You look there, 30-30 down to 20-20. It doesn't have the steel cut of it. That's it's the little toy anyway. And then this one, StewMac one starts at 22, so it's a little bit finer there on the finest. Whereas the RS one starts at 20, but they still overlap. You got 22 on this one if you need it. So that's those two, and that's the RS component part numbers if you want them. Just sketch that down before I get rid of it. Happy Halloween, you bunch of goblins. How you going, Grinch? What's going on, champion? Oh, I'm in a better mood now. I think I've gotten over the lack of coffee. What's in Australia? I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. You could put a US currency adjustment on your website. That would shut them up. Except Wes, the e-commerce platform engine doesn't allow that. It doesn't have a provision for it. trust me, I've looked into that. It'd be nice to enter your region and then have all the currencies modified to suit. But I guess it's not possible in 2025 for $300 a month. I should put a complaint in about that, actually. How much is a basic pedal like a Boss SD1 in Australia? Here in US is considered pretty cheap. Yeah, it's like probably good condition, probably $100. SD1's a pretty sought after pedal, but they are pretty ubiquitous too. Victor, you've been wiring guitars lately. That's cool. Maybe we'll just have a bit of a chat for a while. That might chill me out a bit. I need to go outside and pass candy out to the children soon. Fuck, you know what's funny, Grinch? I was driving home yesterday to go pick up Michelle to go see this band. And all the kids are out trick-or-treating. It was like 5:15 p.m. And massive storms were building up. Got home and the storms hit. Torrential rainfall. No hail, but massive rainfall. And then we drove it. And then it sort of settled down a bit. And we drove out to see the gig. And you're seeing all the kids like huddled under bus shelters and shit because they got caught right in the middle of the massive thunderstorm. All their face paint melting. Yeah, Halloween's always sort of been a bit of a thing out here. It's not as popular as the US, but it is a thing. Like I say, US is the cultural hegemon of the world, so anything that's popular in the US eventually becomes popular everywhere. Even twerking. Twerking's weird, man. I don't know how anyone can like find that sexual or attractive. Twerking's strange. Since COVID, we haven't Halloween at all for a couple of years now. Really? Surely they've got back into it. Everything's back to normal. Yeah, my kids got stuck in the rain trick or treating in WA. Sucked in little freeloaders. Little freeloaders. It's when you back in the day we used to have these things called warheads. They were candy that had like you could get the sour one and it had some like just coated in citric acid or something. So you have one and your mouth turns inside out because it's so sour, but then inside's like a sugary, basically a boiled lolly. They were pretty shit. We just did them like as a bragging right. BC Electronic, how you going, legend? What's happening? Hope you're kicking goals, mate. Warheads are still around, are they? And they had a chili one, Wes? Do they still have the chili one? And it was like a challenge. And then they had the black one, which was like the most chili of ever chili. Is even a Warhead sour beer, really? That's cool. I thought they were just gone. When you get old, you just assume everything stops happening. Warhead candy. So that's what we actually call candy. We don't call chocolate candy, we call it chocolate. Extreme sour. I just feel like maybe they've watered it down a bit since the 80s though, eh? It's like you find this stuff that used to be around the 80s and early 90s and then you taste it now and it's just like, oh man, it's just so homogenized now. Okay, yeah, they've still got Warheads. Oh, you can get Warhead super sour candy canes for Christmas. Alright. I'm gonna next dry July I'll try some Warheads watermelon soda. What else we got? So you can get the Warheads super sour Christmas candy canes for $5. Warheads extreme sour bomb hard candies. So they used to just be in individual little packets. I don't know. Yeah. Used to literally pick up one and buy it for like 10 cents at the local lolly shop, fast food place. Sour spray candy. That seems dangerous. Well, I'll be damned. You can still get them. What about the chili one? The sour worms, I remember them. Warheads. Warhead candy chili. Extreme heat. Heat worms. Sounds like an affliction. Our galactic mix. Hottest gummy bear. World's hottest gummy bear. Wow. Amazon. Little Nitro. he's holding dynamite. There it is. Jesus. Was it just like gelatin and capsaicin mixed together? Oh, the chili heroes. They'll never fail to impress. You surprised me, Brad, putting that poison in your body. Well, you know, Scotty. YOLO. YOLO. Fond memories of eating like 5 lemon ones that impress my mates. Yeah, and your mouth's like... I replaced the CS-SRV pickup with a stronger strap pickup. Place between a staple pickup and a P90. Modified 3 pickup 7-tone using 2 3-ways. Holy shit, Victor. That sounds like the massivest nerd rig. Mad Techie, what's going on, you legend? Hey, Brad. Let me start again. Hey, Brad. Hey, you all. Do you know the band Skeggs? Fucking oath I know Skeggs. They're from Australia as well. Their genre is surf garage, rock-like thing. Yeah, so there's Skeggs. Skeggs is the biggest Australia one. There's also Dune Rats. If you're into that, check out Dune Rats. There's a few others too. Their names escape me at the moment. But yeah, Skeggs are awesome. How's your rebuild going? Well, I got the new wheels back, or the new tyres on the wheels. I got the new brake discs and pads. But just literally have had like 3 seconds a day to take a shit and nothing else. So yeah. That's why I haven't been streaming or making videos. Every day has been get up at 6 a.m. Go, fall over in bed at 10 p.m. So no time for fun anything. And every day that I should have to myself, I'm trying to catch up on repairs. So I saw Dune Rats on their tour to NZ with Darts. Darts, is that another good one? Royal Otis. Yeah, Royal Otis is another one, yeah. I should do a surf punk day today in the shop, just crank it up. We open at 10 a.m, so that's what, 2 hours away. Just saw an Oz band in my home state last night. Spacey Jane, I've heard of them. I think they're on Double J. Heard the name. It's cool, man. Good on you for going to see them. All the local bands play country music. It breaks my heart. Well, of course it breaks your heart, because it's country music. That's its job. I don't live in Nashville. That sucks. Where are you, Grinch? I might be able to find some bands nearby that you can go see, because I know a lot of random bands. Yeah, I know Dune Rats. We flew out to UK. Flew to the UK just to see Skeggs. Where are you, Tommy? I'll put a link to the Warheads beer up there. Oh, okay, I'll check it out. Oh, hang on, I'm in top chat. Fuck's sake. Why does it keep defaulting to top chat? It's so annoying. I think subconsciously, champions, let's get a bit deep here. Subconsciously, I'm getting the shits at tech companies telling us what features we do and don't want. Back in the day, I'm old enough to had access to websites and software where you could enable and disable pretty much anything, right, to customize it to your tastes. These days, they tell you what you want, and they fucking demand that you use it. So I've been sort of signing off a bit and not using the internet or being online at all, just because it feels gross to get told what to do all the time. You've got settings that go back to a fucking default. Every time you change it, it goes back again. Every time, it just feels like you're pushing a big pile of shit up a hill just to function online these days. It's so fucking irritating, man. And it makes me just not log on. I couldn't be fucked. I'd rather go for a walk or do something else. And that's, I think, subconsciously part of the reason why I'm losing a bit of interest in all these platforms, to be honest, because they're making them more and more difficult. It's the enshittification, but they're on purposely making it more difficult for us to use and access, even though we're paying for them. Yeah, Lewis Rossman has entered the chat. Yeah, good on him. Sometimes we should widen his scope a bit and just see the greater picture. Sometimes it feels like he gets bogged down in the details. We know why they're doing it. It just shits me that we're doing it, and I don't want to fucking log on anymore. It just feels dirty and gross to fucking get forced to do things in a difficult way when very easily we could have a much more easy way of doing things. It's so fucking frustrating and annoying, man. I got to play shows with a bunch of great Aussie punk bands in the last couple of years. Split System, GT, Hoon, 1-800 Mikey. I've heard of 1-800 Mikey. I think they've been on the Henry Rollins show. So much good shit coming from your neck of the woods. Yeah, man. Like, anyone who says there's no good music these days has their head so far up their ass that they can taste tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know. There's so much good music out there, but what people say when, well, sorry, what people mean when they say that is, I want there to be another fucking Kiss. I want there to be another Led Zeppelin. So then you get bands that suck, like, fuck, what's the Led Zeppelin rip-off band? I mean, they're a good band, but who gives a fuck? It's been done. Do something else. People just want Greta Van Fleet. That's it. People just want more of the same. It's like, no, you've got to widen your horizons. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. If you can see the beauty in so much different stuff, life becomes so much easier. Because you, it's like eating food, right? If you're a real picky eater, you constantly got anxiety about where you're going. But if you eat fucking anything and you're willing to try anything, you have so much more fun. You can go anywhere, do anything, try new stuff every day. If you just got a diet of the same fucking music with super narrow, super narrow genre, you're just not going to have a great time. Everything's going to be, you're going to be comparing it to this great band in your head. And if it's even a tiny bit different, you're never going to be happy with it, you know? Could be worse. Could have Apple stuff and pay extra to have stuff decided. Well, we kind of are doing that, Max Powers, you know? I mean, I pay for YouTube Premium and then, yeah, I don't know. The app's fucking useless and always has been. There's a crazy amount of new bands. So many are really putting on great shows. Yeah, and it's interesting. A lot of people assume that when music's going through a rough patch, like when it's hard to make money or make a living as a musician, when being a musician in general is difficult, when your music gets ripped off and reappropriated by other people or AI, the YouTube algorithm will just allow rich people to use your music despite them not getting approval for it, blah, blah, blah. AI ripping off your music. The average pleb fucking would assume that less people would make music. But if anything, quite the opposite happens. People use it as an outlet, man. There was some disgusting fucking pathetic AI engine that is used to create music. And the fucking alien that owns the company, that I'm not going to even call him human, is just a piece of shit. Basically the premise was, you don't have to make music anymore. We'll make it for you. Long gone are all those difficult days when writing music was so hard and annoying. Like, he genuinely thinks that musicians don't like making music. Like it's taking out the rubbish or mowing the lawn or something. Like, fucking, I enjoy mowing the lawn. But, these tech alien billionaire fucking cum stains think that the human experience is annoying and difficult because they're so fucked in the head. These motherfuckers need mental help. They need serious, intensive mental care because they are so fucked in the head. To think that musicians don't want to make music because it's difficult shows how fucked in the head this bloke is. I couldn't get over. When I read it, I'm like, is this an Onion article? But that's the world we live in. And these fucking retarded motherfuckers are running the planet. It's just mind-blowing how stupid they are. This goes to show there's no such thing as meritocracy. Let's continue fixing a pedal. All right, 2.1 mil. So many musicians now are just programmers. Scotty, you try doing what they do, man. I think it'll become apparent pretty quickly that they know what they're doing. I'm into electronic music more now than I ever have been in my life. And I've realized how difficult it is and how amazing it is. Tell us how you really feel, Brad. That's why I'm here, Mark. What are you smoking today, buddy? You got some ribs on the go? Right, so I think what we can do here, if we've got the clearance, which we do, because that line there is the PCB, I'll mount that up towards the top, and we can just check we've got clearance there. Actually, you know what? We're gonna hit the LED if we do that, because the switch is too deep, so we can't do that either. Do I run wires to the LED? Do we just throw it in the bin? Look, let's run it with I can't run it with a pedal. I need to have the shorting contact on the DC jack. I've even seen tech execs describe what is essentially just hanging out with your friends as though it was a genius idea that they had come up with. Yeah. Or the fucking what the fucking mentally ill fuck call it? The Robovan, the Robovan. It's called a fucking bus, you stupid fuck. Or like when they come to the conclusion that like, there should be like a long vehicle with lots of people on it and it travels through a tunnel, and you're like, it's called a train, you stupid fuck. And they think they've invented stuff. And this is why they I don't know, man. I don't know how we're going to get out of this shit. The Carrington event needs to happen again. The Carrington event. That's literally what has to happen. We need another Carrington event, champions. I'll write a petition to the Sun. Please arrange it. I think we're going to have to reuse the original style jack. Yeah, it's a standard DC connector, Scotty. I got one right here, but my point is that the pads are lifting and stuff, so I want to run a wire to it. But I think I'm going to have to put one of these in, fold over the contacts, and then run wires to those contacts. Which is difficult because it's a double-sided board. And this side... I just wish people wouldn't use soldering irons that go to 5,000 degrees. A meat tube. That was my nickname in college. I didn't go to college. You may be able to tell. That's why I'm fixing amps. I would miss Brad and Lyle, but I think we could do without the internet. Yeah, I'll just do like... I'd send out carrier pigeons with a rant on a napkin. You guys would be cool with that, wouldn't you? Coming from a digital creator, apparently that's what I am. I want the internet to not exist anymore. Just realised I haven't touched the pedal I'm building in months. Get into it, Pete. How you going, by the way? Good to see you, mate. Ham radio. Yeah. Start a channel or a thing. I don't know. Whatever they call them. Put a repeater station somewhere in Japan. Scotty's got lunch. What's for lunch, Scotty? I need a solder sucker. How bad I will burn the place down if I build one out of a dustbuster. Yeah, they've got the flow, but not the pressure. I don't think that'd work, to be honest. But, you know, if you do give it a go, be sure to post the results. Alright, so that just connects to the neighbouring contacts. That one's still got a pad and that one's still got a pad. Okay, I think I can make this work, champions. What I might do, however, is replace that resistor so I can wrap the lead and replace that diode so I can wrap their leads around that connector. Let's do that. All right, I'm getting creative with it. Problem is simple. 8% of the world's population is what? 92. What? Okay, that's some pretty fucked up shit you just said there, Grinch. That's a first warning. I thought you were cool. Yeah, top chat. That's what we're just talking about. You trying to trigger me? Tin Cad. We got a smaller tip. They die if you don't let them suck enough air. Yeah, well, I guess they rely on that for cooling, don't they, Michael? Michael Fix It. Yeah, you gotta keep switching to live chat, man. Oh, Wes is on it. Good on you, man. It's alright, Wes. No need to apologise, mate. How you going anyway, by the way? I'm also Admiral Quality. As I threatened, I was going to start fixing guitar amps. Survived a JCM 800. Good man. Moving on to the Bandmaster. What generation Bandmaster you got there, Michael? Tweezers. Got a 4-month gig of Paramount. You the man. Good stuff. Good to hear, mate. I ain't going to have you on. I'd really like to go into the nuts and bolts of how you guys do what you do. So just pencil that in. I keep saying this to people and then running out of time, but... Basement. Okay. Sweet. So which basement is it? I've been keeping an eye out for a Silverface Basement 50. I think that'd be really cool. One with the master volume, so I can pull out their master volume and put in the master volume I want. You used to be able to get Basement 50 for like $600-700, but yeah, they go for a lot now. 66-ish. Ah, sweet. Is that? Oh, that's like a transition one. Is that Silverface? How come heads cost more than combos? Probably because they're light, more versatile. Yeah, I'd probably prefer a head, partially because I just like closed back cabinets for heavier styles of music. What am I doing? That's 1K, not 10K. Almost had a whoopsie daisy. Your birth year. There you go. Still need to date it. Yeah, you can do that with the Transformers, man. I assume you're across all that, how to date Transformers. Well, first you ask them on a date, and then you shout them dinner and a movie. That's how you date a Transformer. That's wicked. Likely you might want to do to it, or review your and Sonic's relevant content first. I think the ones, yeah, probably Lyle's a better bet than me, because I haven't had a lot of them in. He's swimming in them over there. But the one I had was an AB165. No, 568. And it had all sorts of dumb shit in it, which is inherent in that generation. So I ended up doing a bit of a hybrid. But yeah, that's something Lyle also does as well. I actually did it. The first one I did with a bit of his guidance, which was good of him. Because he could just tell me to fuck off if he wanted to. And I'd be like, okay. 1N UF. That'll do. Oh, I need coffee. It's starting to hit me again. AB165. I think anyway, it's been put aside for a month while I did the Marshall. Man, that was brutal. They tied all the wires onto the lugs. So you're just talking about the grounding scheme there. Yeah, the videos these lads have done in the past have been a godsend. Brad's recent Blues DeVille has come in handy. Got one on the bench that's being a dickhead. What's it doing to you, man? How's it being a dickhead to you? I might have experienced the dickheadedness and be able to help you through. Alright, so if we put that in there, and put those through there, that can go, let's zoom in a bit, force me to buy a bus wire. Now I'm pro, I need to do 100 Yeah, I just got some solid core early on when I didn't know really what I was doing. I thought everyone used solid core, and then I realized, oh, it likes to fracture and cause issues. So I just sort of put those rolls aside, didn't use them. So they're just handy for stripping. My other profession. And just use the core as bus wire. Throw the jacket in the bin. No good for nothing. Is this going to fit through? Come on. You can do it. Come on, get in there. You too good for your home? Come on. There we go. A bit manky, but solid connection where otherwise a pad does not exist. And the other ones still have pads. So that will give us a degree of mechanical support, actually. Actually. So that's good. There's a little blue tweaker. It's gone. Right, I got you. I got you. Got you. Hello, Brad and friends. I'm out with the family, about to go trick-or-treating with the kids. I will watch live stream later. Well, enjoy, mate. Family time's much more important than watching some dickhead repair a pedal. A bit manky. Yeah, manky. You never heard the word manky? What's my stripper name? Meat Tube. Oh, mercy. Okay, so that LED is not bottomed out. Maybe that's why the soldering looked a bit shit before. I've been video everything so far, but I've only edited and posted one, hopefully more soon. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, editing and shooting video, it's a big cognitive load, man. And I'd suggest when you're starting, just focus on the repair and the videos will come later. If you want. We're sort of conditioned to fucking publish everything we do these days. Sometimes I just get my head down and just put on an album and just zone out and get some work done, eh? It's good for the soul, I think, just to not feel the need to broadcast every fucking thing we do. Alright, so it looks like there's some cleaning solution of some sort on the pots. We'll see if that was any good. Let's get this thing sorted back together, sorta. Let's see if she does the things and the stuff. Actually, I can run this apart. There's no need to put it back together. Let's go like that-ish. Because I think he said there was other issues with it. So I said we're going to pull a pin after like 1 hour's labour. Goody guitars. What's the polarity? Polarity! Okay, so that comes from the... Alright, yeah, so it's negative tip. Oh, is that a momentary switch? Has he replaced it with a momentary switch? Come on, man. It looks like the original switch though, because it's all corroded and shit. Amplitude, I don't want to give it 5 volts peak to peak. I'll give it 200 millivolts peak to peak. Get in my belly. I think it might have a latching circuit. No signal. Oh, need power. Duh. No? Nothing at all? Really? Interesting. No contacts between... I forget which way the switch goes, but literally no contacts between anything on the switch? Really? Really? No? 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 Wow. Has he dismantled the switch to try and repair it, maybe, and just lost a part? Who knows, man? Who knows? Up very early for a train to London. What are you doing? Work or pleasure, brother? Relay tree bypass. Yeah, it's got a solid state relay on there. Without reverse engineering the whole thing, I don't know how exactly it's implemented. Man, this thing's so much better once that seal was replaced. So much goodly. And out she pops. Got this stupid grounding arrangement, which I'll address. God damn, how much thread do you want? Do I have one of them? Probably not. Because what kind of world would it be where I can finish a repair in one day? Without having to order something. I am back. How you going, Josh? What's going on, champ? Going on, legend? Three-pole dual throw, three-pole dual throw, three-pole dual throw, three-pole dual throw. Of course I don't have the part. Of course I've got to order a $10 part and pay $15 shipping just to make a $100 pedal work. Of course I do. Fuck's sake. It feels like there's no click there at all, which is normally what momentary switches feel like, but this one's got no contact between any of the pins. at all. When you push it, that should be the pole. Nothing there at all. I just touched the probe then by accident. That wasn't a contact. Yeah. It's like they've pulled the switch apart and then put it back together and left the contact out or something. I don't know. Let's have a look. I'm curious now. This is the part where the screwdriver goes through my hand. Damn. This thing's closed up tight. Good and proper. Ow. One of my dogs and I had chicken curry for lunch. I read that as one of your dogs ate your chicken for lunch. Like farm chicken. Alright, so there's the lever. Well, not lever, the chucha. The chucha with the thing and the stuff. There should be a contact on the bottom side of this. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, they've broken off. So those little black nipple things are supposed to be mounted on the end of the spring. Sort of like a tube with a dome blind end, but it's broken off. There's your contact. So the contacts weren't missing, but yeah, broken switch. Joy. You know, I don't have anything to suit that because everything I've got is either eyelet, like that. Same switch, different terminals. Everything's either that or the PCB stuff I've got is all 3-pole dual throw. So no good. Oh, wait. No, that's 3-pole as well. Wait a minute. Maybe I could be a bit sneaky here. Latching. Yes. Actuator. The bushing's the same height. 3-pole. But for argument's sake, champions, say I cut off that center pole. Cut off your center pole in a minute. The switch would operate like a 2-pole switch. No one would be the wiser. I wouldn't have to pay $15 shipping plus $10 for a switch to repair a $100 pedal. The pedal, I'd say the pedal would be repaired, but we all know that it will just open up the next bunch of issues. So the next thing is, does this switch in the same manner? No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's out the window. You see you got your 3 poles that way. Whereas that one's got the poles running this way. So I was thinking I could snip off these, but that's all the poles for... that's the center for each of these 3 poles going that way. So that's no good. Got excited there. Never get excited. I have to order a switch. don't think that would work for these either, because they're too big. Let's see. How you going, legend? We never have enough parts, champions. We've got 500 bazillion parts, but we never have enough parts. Alright, put that old shit show in a Chinese food container. That's a bit of a shit design with itsy bitsy little contacts. It's more the spring mechanism. The contacts are big and beefy. Look at them. They're big bits of fucking 1.5, 1.6 mil steel. So they're pretty chunky, those contacts. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Down inside there, they're pretty pissy. Yeah, the main issue is that the rocker mechanism, little spring nipples, have all failed. Plastics just turn brittle. You have every part there is except for the one you need. Yeah, every fucking time, man. Every time. That's why nothing around here ever gets done. Everything just sits here until a customer gets very irate, because things take weeks to fix here. A simple repair takes weeks because you got to wait for parts. They take weeks to get here. Sometimes they never turn up at all. I'll just get a container for that. Oh, no, I feel like going to get a coffee, man. I'm struggling. But now it's fucking raining. Do I just go for a drive and get a coffee? Leave his here. Probably make for better content, wouldn't it? Would JK have one? You're funny. Would JK have one, he says. Oh, you're adorable. There you go, mate. Good to see you. I've got so much work to do, but I think I'm just gonna play guitar tomorrow, to be honest. My playing is getting so shit. And people think it's an own. Oh, you're not a great guitarist. I'm like, yeah, I know, you fucking dumbass. People think they own you on the YouTube comments. Oh, you're only playing rhythm. You can't even play lead. It's like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I know I'm a clueless guitar player. Kind of ducked up that I could order parts from Tater. It takes 2 days to get. Yeah. Kind of fucked up, I think he means. Did that change automatically, or was that your autocorrect there, 6? Get a coffee and yes, practice so we can jam already. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's like fucking, oh god, time. I'm getting a headache just thinking about it. Time. Alright, you fuck off on the shelf. Deal with you later. Boss DS1. Revolutionary new pedal. I said it looks like it's been modified, bro. Because they didn't come with water clear LEDs. So who knows what we'll find inside. play it because we like it, not because we've got a, yeah. Pretty sure the headache. No, the headache's from stress and fucking worrying about time. They truly are horrible pedals, aren't they? They always had this blocking distortion thing that happens. You wouldn't be able to hear that with the noise reduction. Let me just fix that. They always had this sort of like blocking distortion sound, where it sort of gets choked on the pick attack. Which it sort of made it sound a lot sort of nasal and weird. You know what I'm saying? Sort of got this weird, it just gets choked there. It's not blocking distortion, but it's like compression. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, that's why I've never really liked them. So there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know what he wants done with it. I guess just check it over and clean it. Who's touring? Back on tour, Dustin. Dustin's touring. One of my DS1 with less shit afterwards. Yeah, just modifying the biasing resistor on, I think, the input stage. Upping the value a bit makes it sort of almost go to clean when your gain's turned all the way down. It's a good little mod to do to them. Looks pretty clean to me. Just bought 2 bottles of Deluine. One for me, one for the old man. Nice, that's a good drop. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a good drop. That's one thing I might ask this bloke. So that's ACA pedal. It's got the 100 ohm resistor. Might just ask if he's running it on 9 volts. I was running on 12 then, but might just ask if he wants that modified to run on 9 volts, if that's what his power supply is. I don't care for themselves. I don't care for them by themselves, but a DS1 in front of another distortion pedal is fun sometimes. I found they were okay into an amp. Because yeah, like my main rig when I was back in high school was like a DS1 into a well, it was a Crybaby into a DS1 into a Fender 75. And I found that if you remove the Crybaby, the DS1 was, yeah, a bit nasal and uncontrolled and squashy. But if you had it's like there was a bit of attenuation from the Crybaby, just enough to make the front end not get swamped of the DS1. So it sounded good when the Crybaby was plugged in front of it. Ironically, probably because it wasn't true bypass. And that worked well. But then when you just plug straight into the DS1, the guitar and the DS1 didn't play nice together, which was interesting. I have a question. I got my hands on a lovely tiny Terra combo. I'm a fan of orange amps. I want to improve it. And other than better tubes and greenbacks, is there anything you do to it? Nah, just play the thing. I'll do stuff for reliability more than anything. So I think they've only got 100 ohm screen grid resistors in that. So I'd up them to like 1.5k. You could experiment with a post. Do they already have a post phase inverter master volume? I know a lot of the oranges do. Speaking of oranges, where's my Velcro? Seems like every time I get a test lead down, I've got to cut a new piece of Velcro for it. I don't know where they all go. It's not like they're leaving the workshop. I just put them on it to keep everything organised on the cable wall off to my right here. Got an old Stingray over here, in for a setup and service. Looks like a rather old one actually. There's the DT25 board from the last stream. I think I started recapping it, then I had to order all the caps for it, so that's all done. So I can finish that off today, providing there's nothing else untoward. Of course there is. It's Brad's Guitar Garage. Started gluing the Velcro to itself so it won't fall off the leads. Oh yeah, just a dab of cyano acrylate there. 6. It's a good idea. He's a thinker and a stinker. Just cleaning up a bit, legends. Yeah, so that is recapped. All the electrolytics, well, most of them were leaking. Some values more than others, just because that was the product line. After I did that, there were a few trace repairs I had to undertake because the electrolyte had corroded or eaten through the solder mask and then started corroding the copper. So a few of the tracks were broken, which is the original fault. How we found it was one of the 8-volt rails had dropped out because for some reason they run plus minus 8 volts on the op amps. Why have you got a loud exhaust on a shitbox BMW? It's driving down the road at 3 kilometers an hour and it sounds like it's fucking setting a world speed record. Carrying on. So I had to rebuild those traces out of Kynar wire, and then conformally coat them. Actually, I think I haven't. There's a beard hair. Haven't conformally coated them again yet, but I will. And after doing all that, put it through the ultrasonic cleaner to get rid of all the flux and all the electrolyte. And this is the result. So fully recapped, ready to go back in. Oh, I never noticed that little cat playing your keyboard there before. Silk screen art. No master volume, tone, and gain knobs. Really? The Tiny Terra doesn't have a master volume? Are you sure about that? Yes, it does. Don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining, bro. Unless you got a different version. Desk chair, Tiny Terra, combo, volume, tone, gain. I know it's a bit hard to see there, but you can see it. Volume, tone, gain. Oh, thanks for the 6 pixels there, Orange. Really showing off your products, aren't you? Volume, tone, gain. Tiny Terra combo. Are we talking about different amps? Volume, tone, gain. Volume, tone, gain. Haven't seen any without a volume so far. When they say volume, they mean master volume. What's this one? No, that's the same. Because the whole point with the Terras is that they're moderate to high gain heads. That's why they're Terra, right? And then your output power. You've got 2 settings. Can't remember what it does there. I think it changes between 2 voltages or something on the phase inverter and plates, something like that. Oh, is it a master? Okay, my other amp has volume and master, my bad. Yeah, so if it says volume, it's confusing because like some Fenders and that are non-master volume will say volume on the gain, and then other ones like the Rivera I'm looking at here is volume and master. Others are gain and master, others are gain and volume. But yeah, just different words for the same shit. Most techs would have confirmed that line 6 consigned that line 6 Bogner thing to landfill. Bravo for saving it. Yeah, well, it's just going to be a ongoing thing. All the caps leaking. Hey Brad, I need your ninja opinion. What do you think the best resistor value is to tame an AC15 and Marshall 18? What are grid stoppers and screen grid resistor values from stock? So much tubes last. I mean, grid stoppers aren't going to really affect your longevity of your valves, but screen grid resistors for all EL84s these days, I'm running somewhere between 1.5k to 2.2k, depending on the other voltages in the amp. If it's getting flogged like a rented mule, like it does in some AC15s, probably go to 2.2k, just as extra current limiting and level of safety. Some of the Marshall 18s, depending on what transformer you've got, they can have very, very conservative voltages, so you don't have to go quite as far. In my opinion, I don't really care. You might lose a watt or two of output power, but who cares? Some people say that it massively affects the output stage overdrive, but I don't know. It's like, if you tell a customer, oh, it'll sound glorious, but it could blow up at any time, they'll be like, well, no, I don't want that. But then if you tell them, well, it might sound to some people, like maybe to 20% of the population might sound 3% worse, but your valves will last for 5 years. They'll be like, yeah, give me that. So, but yeah, Daniel, don't get too crazy modifying stuff. People get a new toy and then they want to modify fuck out of it. Ugh, man, I reckon just play the thing, eh? Just do what I wish I was doing and play the fucking thing. So I'll just get rid of that DSP board because I'll do that later on. And let's break it back, eh? Oh, I'll just quickly show you this Stingray. She's seen some shit, man. 1.5k, yeah, I start at 1.5k. Generally go 1k for 6L6s in Fenders. 2.2k for EL34s in Marshalls. Because they love to short their screen grids. And yeah, I'll probably just land at 2.2k for EL84s as well, because the quality of the valves are getting worse and worse every year, man. So they need to be babied. Need to be coddled. It's a nice word, coddled. Pretty sure that Tiny Terra sounds probably sounds good. Tiny Terra sound alright, yeah. I don't mind that tone. I think it's pretty good. It's great for rock, heavy rock. All right, look at those frets, eh? There's no money past the 7th fret, bro. So yeah, we're gonna remove that corrosion, pretty heavy corrosion. So I'll be probably using Scotch-Brite and then maybe sanding to 1200 grit before repolishing, and not doing a level, but just that's part of the setup because yeah, pretty manky. So we'll make a shine. I might ask him if he wants these screws replaced because they're pretty rusty, and it's all well and good to have rusty screws for like the vintage look, but when you can't get a screwdriver in there anymore, screw extraction becomes your only option, and that can be time consuming and fraught with danger and despair. Of course, we've got our chewy rubber dampers there, which probably never have been used, but I'll replace them with some neoprene just so they look good. So we'll have to remove them and scrape them good and proper. I might ultrasonically clean all this. Just it really cleans up the threads and the screws and stuff. And the electronics, the pot is cutting out. When you go to like anything slightly above 0 is 0. Sorry, anything slightly above full on is 0. When you go full on, the signal comes back. So I don't think they're going to clean up, which is difficult because they're those big spider pots which are hard to source. We'll see how we go with that. But the truss, the neck had like a fucking 3mm relief in it, like 2mm relief. So whenever that mollycoddled, that's a good word, Morgan Organ. Where was I? Yeah, so the neck was like a bow. Could have shot an arrow with it. So the first thing, whenever that happens, you're instantly a bit God, words aren't working, man. I need coffee. You're a bit cautious that the truss rod's failed. But taking the string tension off, putting a block under the neck, clamping the bridge to the bench, just helping it back as I tightened it up, it did respond. So I think the truss rod's good, the nut's good, it looks like a bone one. I don't know if that's stock or a replacement at some point. Cigarette burn there for maximum street cred. But yeah, I'm not sure what year it is. But she's an old one. I could run the serial number, I guess. Like even look at the battery cover. It's an actual chrome one, not a plastic battery housing. So how do we pass Music Man date codes? Serial number. AI overview, which is guaranteed to be incorrect, like it always is. B, boo. Oh, how poignant for Halloween. The first 3 digits are boo. Oh, fuck off with your cookies. I don't give a fuck. Go away. Reject all. Fuck you. Submit. Failed. Okay. Yeah, you got a good serial number reader there, champion. No, I don't want to sign up for your fucking newsletter. Oh, pop-ups, pop-ups, pop-ups. Fuck you. Okay, so entering a letter is just... This is not fun. Okay. Yes, serial number search engine is dog shit. Sorry, Music Man. Serial number database. 2003 is when that page was written. Oh, it's a forum, so it could mean anything. Okay, pre-EB serial number list above. Above where? I'm on page 1 and there is none. Oh, serial number database. Click that. Is the link dead? No, it just goes to the page we're just at, which failed. Okay, so pre-Ernie Ball serials. If you have any other questions, contact Music Man. Oh, thank you. I love how everyone keeps posting the same link. So you go to a forum. Oh, here it is, serial number database. Oh, and it's the thing we just ended, which didn't work. I don't know. I don't care. This is why I don't care about dates and shit. I couldn't give a fuck. It's here for a setup. I try to find a bit of history about stuff. I feel like it's my duty, but it's just too hard and too time consuming, so I just don't bother, usually. That's amps. Anyway, no time for that shit. Get a fucking coffee, dude. Thanks, Richard. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed. Ratio of Mac... Oh, hang on. You're just correcting yourself. Yeah, 100 ohm screen grids. Yeah, you're not going to... You're going to be going through EL84s unless you've got very conservative voltages there, man. Love it. Just thought I'd ask the experts. Modding it to make it more reliable is more sensible. Some valves and a better speaker just because I have them here. Yeah, well, if you've got them, sweet. I need to widen the focus range. I don't know how to do that. I can't do it while I'm streaming because I'll fuck something up. I was doing rereading on that stuff recently. A theory I read was that screen grid voltage should really be a ratio of the design maximum around 50%. I only seen that on super high voltage. Yeah, often with the high voltage stuff, they often had a separate power supply for the screens. Like literally their own rectifier and capacitors, filter network. They designed the whole amp around the maximum values. Yep, they did that back in the day. Ooh. Wind's blowing in Dover. Power's flickering. Is it a storm or just windy? Ben, how you going, legend? Yeah, how you been going post-op, Mark? I meant to ask you that. I don't know if you want to say it in front of everyone, but... How's the recovery going? Is the coffee shop open? Alrighty then. We've got a Rockover 50 Mark III. And apparently she ain't happy. Let's see in what way it's not happy. Let me find the job sheet. On AC30 just came into general service, no reverb, just noise, crackling. Okay. Got speaker connection, yeah. Plugged in the 16 ohm jack. We've got two speakers in series. It doesn't say what impedance they are. Oh yeah, 8 ohm. Sorry, I'll just tiny print. Just check the fuse. Is the correct rating. Time delay 1.6. Time delay 1.6, and she's intact. As for the HT, should be 630 milliamp. Can't see with that orange background. 630. Alright, so all the fuses are right. That's better than we could say for most amps that come in. Ted, how you going, mate? What's up? You just turned up, did you? Yeah, it's defaulted to using usernames. I don't know. Fucking, it changes every day, man. I'm just so sick of it. Every time they change something's for the worse. It's like they're testing us to see how much we'll put up with, and then making that the new standard, and then doing it again. Rinse and repeat. Alright, can you see the control panel there? Here we go. Alright, standby. Okay, what? Standby full and half. Okay, right. And then what's this? That's your channel. That's right, it's got the ka-chunk channel switch. Turn the master down. So that's got a master, that's your reverb. And that's your presence? I don't know. The cutesy fucking labels, I never remember what they mean. Or 50 or 47 watts in standby. Someone calling me before I open. Do I answer it? No, they already hung up on me. Rossman had all his videos switched to kid content. What? Really? You serious? You want me to drop through with a coffee? Maybe an egg and bacon roll? Well, I don't eat egg, but that's alright. Now, I'll cut off the stream in a bit and go up to the shop before I got to open at 10. I'll just see what's going on with this thing first. I'll do another stream maybe tomorrow after Lyle, because he'll go from 5 till 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, he'll go till 8 AM, so I might do a live after Lyle, if he does a live stream, I might do one at 8 AM tomorrow. I know I just said I was going to play guitar instead of work, but I've got too much work, so I've already changed my mind. That's how it goes. Full power? Okay, that's not good. Let's go back to that channel. Yeah, I think we've got a failed output valve there. It's not drawing ridiculous current, but it's pretty violent. I think I'll be investigating this one before leaving it powered on for too long, even though the power's not going through the roof. That's just what you want to hear when you hit full power. It sounds very healthy, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Orange and old Dynacord amps, alien friendly amps with pictures. Oh yeah, because of the little, what do you call them? Oh, message. I expect to see you at 11:30ish to pick up my guitar. Oh yeah, your guitar's ready. Yeah, cool. People often say, yeah, I'm coming to pick up my guitar. It's like, well, why? You haven't got the invoice yet. It's not ready. Oh, I thought it'd be ready. It's like, well, no, I haven't sent you the invoice, so... Martin Reed, here you go, brother. My brother still has original Orange 80 OR80 combo with reverb from the early 70s. Nice, hang on to that. They were built like brick shithouses. Hieroglyphs, that's the name I was trying to remember. The word I was trying to remember. Orange silly symbols always remind me of Metasonics. Their amp, the fucking fucker, looked awesome. Have you guys seen the eye? You know what it is. They made a pedal, and it's funny. And it starts with I. Check it out. They're either very interesting or very cringy people. I'm not sure which. Could be both. The fucking fucker. Yeah, a bright yellow fucking thing. It looked hideous, but it was hilarious. And on that pedal, I'm talking about every knob had a a label that just said knob, so you had to turn it to figure out what it was. I love lunatics like that. I must have bumped. Where did I bump my camera? Weird. It was pointing over there somewhere. Right, I'll get this thing out of the cabinet. We've got a Philips number 3. That's for the chassis, so I won't undo that yet. Jesus. I don't like... Oh my god, they're tight. I don't like impacting that hard on a screw, because you don't know if they use toughened screws or not. Hardened steel. Oh, here's my t-shirt, by the way, friends of Rom. I miss my lung. Whatever happened to my young offsider? Yeah, he's around. We just haven't kicked off yet. I'm just too busy. I haven't got time. I can't handle people watching me hovering either. So I'm waiting until I've got some solid tasks so I can just put him to. But I've got to change the company from the business from a sole tradership to a limited liability thing. So it's admin shit. I don't have time to even think about it. So what I'm saying is, fuck you for asking. Joking. Everything's a struggle at the moment, champions. Oh man, those screws are red hot when they come out. You guys ever heard of pilot holes? Jesus. It's like they've drilled a 1mm pilot hole for a 3mm shank. Man, it is dark outside. Must be a big storm coming again. Right when I want to go get coffee, so I guess I'm not walking. Right. Oh, that's handy. Fucking cables don't come with it. All right. Okie dokie. Rain radar. Nice. Good to have a bit of rain. Good for the garden and the lawn. Too busy to delegate. Yeah, well, pretty much, Ted. I mean, you got someone standing there hovering over you, wanting to know what you're doing, and I can't concentrate. Like, I mess everything up. I make so many mistakes when someone's asking questions, and yeah, you're hovering, but I can ignore you if I want. You're not standing there staring at me. You're just a camera lens on a shelf. I got a feeling today's going to be a busy shit fight. I recently changed updated the website for the Bureau of Meteorology's radar and whatever. Ooh, purple. And yeah, everyone's come out in a rage about it. They're not happy with the upgrades. Alright, so crackling. We've got 100 oh no, 1K grids, screen grid resistors, that's good. I find that really hard to say, screen grid resistors. Screen grid resistors. It's interesting. They've got isolation slots on V1, but not V2, V6, or V5. Why'd you put isolation slots on some sockets but not others? Looks pretty cool though. Just sort of taking it in, champions, but I'll zoom in for you. Hang on. So it's got a nice purple colour to the circuit board, which is kind of cool. And we've got Samoa caps all around. They're the same ones you find in Marshalls of the same era. Cliff jacks. Everything's pretty chunky. They've got look like 1 watt plate loads even on the preamps up the front end. Sorry. Three relays. Big chunky rectifiers back there. Diodes. Crazy PCB layout if you look close. Look at the curvy go anywhere they feel like it traces. Almost like wires. It's a pretty funky layout, eh? Sort of artistic. Yeah, it looks like a decent board, yeah. Like that's what I say, orange stuff's pretty good, man. It's a Rockerverb, so it's sort of their flagship. But look at all the big fat pads and traces. Up in the power stuff, look at the big fat traces there. And it looks like 2-ounce copper, because you can see it's making a pretty big embossed sort of reaction to the light there. Curved traces come from old school radio engineering. I get what you're saying, but I probably wouldn't read that much into it. We're talking amp designers here. Have you got a mentor, Morgan Organ? Who's that? The curved traces generally are made for RF stuff, so they don't emit. Like every time an angry pixie turns a sharp corner, it does a little burnout and lets off a little burst of RFI. So you curve the traces, it's sort of like more like a waveguide. That's the super dumb explanation, but yeah. Shrink tube on quick connects, yeah, that's another nice touch. Just to prevent if, you know, one got bent. I found that on my Marshall boards. There was 2 that I put next to each other, sort of like this. And because I have no control over how people install them, if one gets bent over and it could touch the other one, you could be talking like a mad fucking HT short there on the front end, on the input of the power supply. Sorry. So what I did was turn the spade or the quick connects 90 degrees. So if they did bend, they'd bend this way instead of bending into each other. But doing the heat shrink on there as well is another nice touch. Maybe Randall Smith did a layout. I fucking doubt it, because this is actually well done. He was never very good at circuit board layout, and he certainly didn't know anything about isolation slots. Or if he did know about it, he deemed it unnecessary. But yeah, you see down there, kind of strange that they've put them on V1. Maybe they were worried about grid leakage there. Not sure. They got them on V1, V3, and V4. But then all the other sockets are just normal. Except for the outputs, they've put it where it's most likely to arc in a flyback event between pin 2 and pin 3. So that's pin 2 being the heater, pin 3 being the plate where the swing happens. And any flyback event, if you run it without a speaker plugged in or with a blown speaker or a bad cable, it will arc over in this spot here first, because that's the sort of closest spot with the highest differential. But yeah, the other way to mitigate that stuff is use a flyback diode or a pair of flyback diodes, which they have not. Or have or shorting contacts on the speaker speaker connectors, but that doesn't protect you from a blown speaker or a bad cable. So the Fender way of doing it, by just having either a, you know, like a 300 or 200 ohm resistor, or just a dead short across the speaker connectors if nothing's plugged in, that's all well and good. But if the failure occurs after that socket, not at that socket, then you've still got a flyback event potential. So probably both of them is a good idea. You know, have a pair of flyback diodes on the outputs. People whinge about the inherent capacitance of the diode junction being attached to the plates of the output valves, affecting treble. You're talking a couple of picofarads, man. It's not a big deal. I'd rather that than your amp blowing up. Safety measure. Okay, there was just a comment and it just disappeared. I don't know what happened there. I think Morgan wrote a comment and then it disappeared. I don't know. Write it again if that happened, mate. I am on live chat. Oh, Ben State. Oh, okay, you removed it. Okay, because I answered it. Nice board labels too. Yeah. They got the pin numbers, all very nice. So yeah, I mean, I'd happily own one of these. I think it's a well-built amp, and we've probably just got failed EL34s causing that horrible sound on the output. So I'll chuck them in the tester and check them out. I might just try and isolate exactly what's causing that first by just plugging some blanking plugs into... Oh, I've got a missing nut there. Plugging some blanking plugs into the effects return, thereby muting the power stage input. Just seeing if it's coming from any stage before that or after it. But anyway, I'm going to head off, champions, because I need a coffee and I need something to eat. And I'm just going to get hangry if I don't. So enjoy your weekend and Halloween. If Lyle ends up streaming tomorrow, I'll catch you in the chat and then maybe catch you for a live stream after that. Until then, legends, go and get some candy. Get some warheads. Stick them up your nostrils. Cheers, genitals. I'm looking forward to that coffee, I'll tell you what. Take it easy. Have a good one.